Today I created 2 more eye looks with the new Sigma and Disney The Little Mermaid palette. I posted a video with this palette the other week and I was feeling so inspired by the colors in this palette. In my first video with this palette, I used more of like these kind of shades right here for something kind of fun and soft and purpley, and I love how that look turned out. But there were so many other shades that I wanted to play with, so that's why I did 2 more looks for you guys today. If you do want to check out this palette on Sigma's website or any of the brushes that I'm using today, I'll link them all down below, and my code ANGELABRIGHT will save you some money on Sigma's website. For this first look, I definitely want to play with this soft shell shade. Honestly, it's such a different shade and very unique, and it's not really my favorite shade in this palette, so I want to challenge myself to do a look with that today. So I'm going to start with a crease brush in the shade Loverboy, and I'm going to run this shade throughout my entire crease. I did pick up a little bit more shadow, and I'm just going to build this up. My plan is to have a really nice warm brown crease because I think that'll pair really nice with that reddish tone and soft shell. But I'm loving this color as a crease shade. And then once I have less product on my brush, I am blending slightly higher up towards my brow just to really blend out and soften these edges. Now I'm going to pick up the deeper, warmer brown Sea King on the same brush, and I'm going to use this shade to deepen up the crease, but I'm not going to blend it as high as I did that first brown shade. Oh yeah, I can already tell this is going to be so pretty because these 2 brown shades are blending perfectly together. While I'm using these 2 shades, I'm also going to blend them along my lower lash line, and I'm using the tip of my brush for that. And then once I get to this outer part of my eye, I'm just doing very soft circles right here to connect my upper crease to the lower lash line. So I like to get most of my matte shades laid down and blended out before I add the shimmer, because if I added the shimmer and then blended too much, the shimmer is going to get all over the place, and that's not really what I want. So now I feel like I have a really good base with these 2 brown shades just kind of wrapped around my entire eye. All right, the star of this look is going to be soft shell, so I'm going to take that on my finger. And this formula is interesting because it feels very creamy in the pan. Look at that color, it's so cool. So I'm going to press this on my entire eyelid. And the shade is cool because it really looks like so metallic and shifty. Alright, so that is that shade laid down, and now I'm going to go back to my crease brush with nothing on it and just very softly blend around that shimmer in my crease. I kind of want to add either a little bit of Sing or Scroll. So I'm taking a Sigma E30 pencil brush with more of that kind of peachy tone shade Sing and popping that in my inner corner. And I'm going to go back with a little more Sea King on the tip of this pencil brush, and I'm adding that to the lower lash line just to deepen it up a little bit more because the lid is so intense, just to kind of help balance everything out. I'm also adding a little bit of a deeper brown liner to my waterline. I'm using Makeup Forever Limitless Brown. Okay, I popped on my lash, but I'm realizing I don't like that eyeliner that I just put on my lower lashes because it's not smudging out. It looks like just a very harsh line right there, and that's not what I want. So I want to take a deeper brown shadow to soften that out. I could use the black from the Little Mermaid palette, but I don't want to use black. I want to stick to browns for this look. So I'm actually going to go into my palette with Sigma, and I'm going to pick up the shade Cold Brew right here. And I'm just going to stamp a little bit of that kind of along the base of my lower lashes just to kind of smudge it out a little bit and make that line a little less harsh. Okay, you know what I think the issue was? I was using this Makeup Forever one in like this new black packaging, but I actually prefer the one in the more wooden pencil. So I took the same color just in this formula, ran that in my waterline, and I'm much happier with that. Just a couple tweaks there, but I'm definitely happy that I stuck with the brown. And then for my lash, I am wearing the Bright Lashes Lash in Daydream. And I picked this lash because it's a bit more fluffy, a bit more intense, and I think it goes great with this slightly more intense, warmer eyeshadow look. And here's a final close-up of the first look. Now let's get started with the second look. So for the second look, I think I want to play with more of these greenish shades, maybe a bit of blue, maybe a pop of purple. I don't know, we'll see. I cannot decide between these two shades on my lid right now. I have to swatch these out. So this one is Beautiful Voice and this one is Swimming, and Swimming has a lot more of like a cool reflect to it, but I also think these would look really nice together. I think I'm gonna go with Swimming, so I'm gonna take that on my finger and I'm gonna pat that on my entire eyelid. The shade has such a cool shift to it. It reminds me so much of like a MAC blue brown. I mean, we've seen a lot of brands do this type of shade before, but it's always one of my favorites. Now I'm just gonna take a clean crease brush with nothing on it and start to soften out the edges of this shadow. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit of Loverboy on that same small crease brush, and I'm just going to run that throughout my crease. I just wanted a little bit of a crease and transition shade like this, and this shade is perfect because that Swimming shade has that bit of a brown base to it. These just pair so nicely together. Now that I blended that out, I am going to add a little bit more Swimming to my lid. Now I'm going to pick up Beautiful Voice, and I'm just taking a little bit of that and I want to pop that on the very center of my lid. And this should go nicely because that Swimming shade does have that bit of like a bluish green in there. These kind of look nice together. Now on a pencil brush, I'm going to pick up Deep Blue Sea, and I'm going to run that across my entire lower lash line. And this shade is super pigmented, so you really don't need a lot of it. Now I'm going to go back to my small crease brush with nothing on it and just kind of use that to soften out this blue. And then I picked up a little bit of Loverboy, and I'm also going to place that along the lower lash line just to kind of blend out the edges. I'm kind of going for like a mixture of brown and this bluish green for this look. Now I'm going to pick up Seagull on my pencil brush. I'm going to pop that in my inner corner. I feel like I need something in my waterline, but I can't decide if I want to do brown or black because I feel like I could kind of do either for this look. I'm going to try the brown, so I'm going to take the wooden pencil of the Makeup Forever one. Again, the shade is Limitless Brown. Okay, I think I like the brown. All right, so I finished up this eye, and again, I am wearing the Bright Lashes Daydream, but this time I cut it into more of a half lash just to sit right out here in the outer corner. And then I kind of used a mixture of a brown and black mascara. For the brown one, I used this YSL. I think it's the Lash Clash, and I have it in this nice brown. So I did this one on my lower lashes to kind of go with that brown waterline. And then I also did bring in that brown liner just a little bit right on this very inner corner part of my top lash line. And here's the final close-up of the second look. I really feel like this greenish look would look so good on brown eyes. If you have brown eyes, can you recreate this look and tag me, because I think it'd be absolutely stunning. Sometimes I just feel like my eye color clashes when I wear like greens or blues sometimes, but it's still such a fun look. I had so much fun creating 2 more eye looks for you guys today with this eyeshadow palette. I really do just love the colors in this palette. I think it's so unique and so different for Sigma. Don't forget, if you want to check out this palette or any of the brushes that I used today from Sigma, my code ANGELABRIGHT can save you some money on their website. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.